Good morning, everyone. It's Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's video, we got a bunch of small threats for severe weather to go over. And this will just bring the risk for a few tornadoes along with some damaging winds, maybe a few pieces of larger hail today, but definitely not tomorrow because I did look at the hazard tomorrow and there was no hail threat. But there is a hail threat today, and we will talk about that as we do look at that threat. So for day one, which we do have that hail threat for severe weather, but we do have this marginal risk for severe storms, mainly across places like Texas heading into Louisiana. This includes places like Corpus Christi heading into San Antonio, back through Houston, and then into parts of Louisiana like Lake Charles. So this will definitely be something that we must watch very closely, but we'll even need to be watching for a couple of severe thunderstorms today. Tornadoes aren't out of the question because, as you guys see, tornado threat just a 2% chance for a tornado. Doesn't include the whole marginal risk, but it does. Am I on day two? I do apologize, guys. I didn't realize I was on day two. There we go. This is the day one tornado threat. Day one tornado threat. As you guys can see, there is a tornado threat mainly across places like Houston heading into Lake Charles. Hail threat or wind threat. We do have a 5% chance for wind threat, non-tornado threat. And then for your hail threat, we have a 5% chance for hail too as well. So definitely something to watch very closely for, especially for the rest of today and maybe into tomorrow morning. We'll have to see how things do want to play out, but no one's gonna be going live for this, so you guys are probably okay to be outside for some parts of the day, but you're definitely still gonna want to be aware of at least a few severe thunderstorms. Then for day two, we're gonna look at least day two outlook, and as you guys see, we do have a threat for some thunderstorms across mainly Mississippi heading into places like Houston, Texas. So this even includes New Orleans too as well. So this will be another day to watch for severe thunderstorms too as well. So this will definitely be one of those bigger days that we'll need to watch for severe weather, especially because it includes more areas like southern Mississippi, much of Louisiana, and then back through Texas. Then for your tornado threat, as you guys can see, tornado threat is decent, just a 2% chance for a tornado. Hail threat, just a 5 or less than 5% hail threat, but still we can't rule out some larger hail. But if there's no hail threat, we might not even see hail, but we'll see about that. And then for your wind threat on day 2, as you guys can see, we do have a 2% chance for, or a 5% chance for hail, rather, but definitely needing to watch very closely. So just a wind and tornado threat will be the main concern for tomorrow, which will be from Wednesday into Thursday, so we'll definitely have to watch that very closely. And then for day 3, as you guys can see, this is Thursday into Friday. Is that right? I'm pretty sure this is Wednesday, because Wednesday we had this I don't think this was Thursday into Friday, because that doesn't make any sense, because day 1 is today, day 2 or I forgot about something, but yes, day 3 is actually for Wednesday, okay? I'm messing up on a few things, so I do apologize, but we do have another marginal risk for severe storms just across the Panhandle, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. So this is Thursday into Friday, actually, okay? So I do apologize for that. Now, for excessive rainfall outlook, as you guys can see, for day 1, which is today, we do have a moderate risk for flash flooding, mainly across eastern Texas, northwest Louisiana, heading into southwest Arkansas. For day 2, we got another moderate risk for flash flooding heading from central Louisiana and back to parts of Alabama. So we're definitely going to have to watch tomorrow very closely. This is from Wednesday into Thursday. And then for day 3, we do have another threat for flash flooding. Not a moderate risk, but definitely still a risk for flash flooding, mainly on day 3 across this area right here, and then on day 4 we got another threat for flash flooding, mainly across New Orleans and then back through parts of the Gulf Coast. And then on day 5 we just got a few marginal risks for flash flooding, and that's it. We got one across Northwest California, we got one up here, and we got another one up there. So we're definitely going to have to watch it very closely for at least some flash flooding, but it sounds like today and tomorrow will be the main concern. And as you guys can see, for tomorrow we even see that threat for flash flooding head all the way up to the north across the lower Ohio Valley. So more than just the south will also have to watch for flash flooding. Now we're going to talk about how this threat for flash flooding means, or what the threat for flash flooding means. You guys might not be able to see some of the things very well, like the images and stuff, but a moderate risk for flash flooding means numerous flash flood events with significant events possible. Many streams may be flooded, potentially affecting larger rivers. So this will definitely be something to watch very closely for. And then if you do live in the site risk, this means scattered floods possible, mainly localized with nearable with unbanned area roads, small streams, and washes, isolated significant flash flood possible. So pretty similar. It's just that we're not talking widespread numerous flooding, we're just talking some significant flooding in certain areas, and that's really it. So definitely something to watch very closely for, even if you live in one of the smaller threats. Now, for your climate predictions center outlook, 6 to 10 day outlook, we do have a threat for above average temperatures across mainly the upper Midwest, and then we'll even have to watch for above average all the way down here into the Ohio Valley too as well. So we're definitely going to have to watch those areas closely. And then for the 8 to 14 day outlook on your temperatures, as you guys can see, the chance for above average temperatures does increase across much of the Midwest heading into the Ohio Valley. So that will be another day to watch for much above average temperatures too as well. And then for the 6 to 10 day outlook, as you guys can see, we see well below average precipitation mainly across Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, western Tennessee, western Tennessee, western Kentucky, western or northern Mississippi rather, heading up here into southern Minnesota, southern Wisconsin, heading into southwest Michigan. So lots of areas are included in a threat for well below average precipitation. So it's definitely going to make winter feel a lot more in the way of calm than it will be active. So you guys might be like, I think this winter is going to be active the entire season. Well, that's not necessarily true, because I mean, not only were we dealing with a bunch of that, but that's not going to be the case though. And now for the 8 to 14 day outlook, as you guys see, some areas turn back to above average that have already seen below average, while places like the upper Midwest heading back down into the southeast are seen near normal. So definitely a lot better change there on the 8 to 14 day outlook. So we're going to have to maybe watch for some more storm systems, and we'll see how they play out. Now for these alerts, as you guys can see, winter weather advisories in effect from New England all the way into Kansas and Iowa, but we even see widespread dense fog advisories across much of the plains, flash flood watches across places like northern Alabama, much of Mississippi, southern Arkansas, heading into Louisiana, and then back through parts of Texas. We are really seeing those chances for flash flooding ramp up due to that moderate risk, and that's really all we have to talk about on here. And now if we look at your guys' radar now, we're going to take this all the way back, and as you guys see, we got a few storm systems still going to move through that will bring heavy rain to parts of the mid-south in the Ohio Valley. This will definitely be something to watch very closely for, and then we see another round of that happen that will bring a similar thing, but maybe more in the way of snow to parts of New England. This could turn out to be a nor'easter. We'll have to see about that, but then we might even need to watch another system moving through parts of Texas that could bring another threat for flash flooding, but definitely doesn't but definitely doesn't affect the Ohio Valley very much. So I mean, definitely less in the way of storms, especially if we head all the way out. So we're definitely gonna have to see if we see a very calm winter, because I mean, I don't see very many storms rolling through, especially as we just keep heading forward. But we'll see if we see any more pop-up storms on the GFS model. Now, if we look at the Weather Prediction Center surface maps, as you guys can see for today, which is Tuesday, we do have a bunch of things. We do have possible freezing rain up to the north, and while we do have some flash flooding down here to the south. And then for tomorrow, similar story, maybe some freezing rain up to the north still ongoing, while we do have a chance for thunderstorms and rain across places like the lower Ohio Valley. And then we do have that significant threat for flash flooding across a lot of these areas like Tennessee, southern Kentucky, heading back down through parts of Louisiana. So that will be another day to watch extremely closely. And I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but it actually shows a darker color in this threat for heavy rainfall and flash flooding, and that includes the moderate risk for flash flooding. So I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but I can definitely see it. And I think what it's saying is that there's pretty much 2 risks for flash flooding, and so we'll have to see about that. And then for Thursday, similar thing, just not as widespread or anything like that. And we do have that day to watch again for more flash flooding and other things like that. Now, for your temperatures, this will be the last thing to talk about in this video, so make sure to keep staying tuned for more updates. But if we do look at our temperatures, as you guys can see, we'll continue to stay pretty warm and see this warm front move through our area. This will bring 50s, 60s, maybe even some 70s across some of these areas. And then as we continue to take this forward, we'll continue to stay warm across a lot of these areas. Maybe a small cold front coming through, but other than that, not gonna look very bad at all. And then we start to see more in the way of 50s, maybe even some 60s across a lot of these areas. And then we start to see maybe some Arctic blasts moving through. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see if we start to see an Arctic blast move through later on, and that will probably be for the end of February, maybe even in the middle of February. But February will definitely be a month to watch for both cold fronts and warm fronts. But thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I did mess up a few times during this video, so again, I do apologize for that. But if you guys want, you guys can just pause the video and read some of the stuff. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I will do one tomorrow.